Welcome back. We're continuing to celebrate World Health Day right here on The Breakfast Club. And now we're diving into a really interesting part of this entire discussion. Misinformation and unverified health claims that are spreading and sometimes can spread like wildfire. Have you forwarded an Instagram video to a family member in the last few days? If so, this next segment is for you. We're going to talk a little bit more about why misinformation is something that's so important to tackle, why it's more important than ever to fact check every piece of health advice we come across. Our person of interest today is Sudipta Sengupta. He's the founder and the CEO of the Healthy Indian Project. It's a trusted source of health fact checking in India.
THIP, as the short form of that is, has been at the forefront of debunking viral health myths and sort of providing accurate evidence-based information. Sudipta's work is more relevant than ever, we all know why, as we tackle a wave of misleading health content across the internet. So let's understand his approach and the challenges of fighting actually misinformation and why credible health information is the need of the hour. He's here with us. Hi, good morning, Sudipta. Lovely to have you. On World Health Day, if there's one thing that we need to discuss is what not to do, apart from everything that we need to do for our health. And you are clearly working in that direction. Can I start by asking perhaps the most viral myths that you have busted in recent time, or something that you really want people to know today?
Hey, good morning. Sorry, I have a bad throat on World Health Day, actually.
High five.
Yeah. But thank you for having me here. And it's a very important topic, and it's a topic very close to all our hearts because we all probably have come across health misinformation in some form or the other. One of the latest trends that we are seeing these days are, it's not one, but it's a number of misinformation that's being floated around, which instigates the fire between vegetarian diet and non-vegetarian diet in India. It's quite unnecessary debate that we are having in a country which suffers both from malnutrition and obesity. There's protein deficiency among the citizens, and yet there are a number of ways people are floating the pros of vegetarian diet and the cons of non-vegetarian diet, at times even vilifying the non-vegetarians. So that is the latest trend that we are constantly seeing.
So which is better, Sudipta? Let's put you in the spot. Which is better?
No, both has its pros and cons. And it also has in a country like India, it has a larger cultural connotation that we need to understand and respect. It's not that you cannot have protein from vegetarian diet. You can. There are multiple sources, but it's not like you will be suffering from all kind of diseases if you are having a non-vegetarian diet. And humans are not made to have non-vegetarian diets, as a lot of those posts claim. Everything is required for the human body. Every human body is different. And you need to have things in moderation. Excess of everything is bad, right?
Yeah.
So from that perspective, both the diets has its merit, but you need to understand your body. And as I keep saying, I add this byline at the end of everything that I say: go and talk to your dietitian and doctor for once. Your body is very different, and they are the best people to understand that.
Yeah.
So, Sudipta, take us behind the scenes. You're part of a wave that India has seen in the last few years of people who have come in with the facts and the science. And we've seen, as we were just saying a little while earlier, a few influencers do this in different ways. I want to understand from you, what is the behind the scenes of all of this? So what I mean when I say a few influencers is, for example, there are a few doctors who've built quite a following on Twitter, for example, for fact-checking myths. You also on Instagram have one or two other creators like you, but I want to understand behind the scenes kya hota hai. So have you had particularly fiery posts that have gotten people angry ever before, where they've really disagreed with you? How far does that go? We're stepping away from the health aspect. I just want to know, have legal agencies ever gotten involved to help you out if things are getting strong? Like, how far does this go?
There I mean, one thing that you need to understand is when an individual takes up the role of fact checking, and I have a lot of respect for those individuals who spend a part of their time every day to fact check misinformation. But when individuals take up the role, you can always draw a connotation or kind of vilify them in certain ways. But we do it as an organization where we have a network of doctors coming up and doing it along with us. So thankfully, so far, none of the cases have gone till. I mean, it has not gone to the court. But yes, we have had fact checked big people, so-called big people, influencers, organizations, and they have tried flexing their muscles quite often. Uh, Trolling of our fact checkers through the various DM of social media is very common. That is something we have learned to accept as a part and parcel of our job. People do come back because they think that we are. I mean, when you fact check somebody, the basic perception is you are calling out the person as a liar, which is not the case most of the time. I mean, there are times when we actually sat down and had longer discussions with the person who has posted it or who has forwarded it, and been able to make them understand why that particular piece has been fact checked, and they have gone back accepting, at times even apologizing, which obviously is not the intent. I mean, we want them to understand, we don't want them to apologize. And they have made corrections to their posts.
Okay, great.
So yes,
Sudipta,
there's a lot of resistance, but people do accept also.
So while we chat, we're putting out a lot of claims which are true or false based on the information that your team and our team has sort of put together. But Sudipta, in the time and age when there are two kind of people, one who say everything causes cancer, and the other who say everything is a magic pill. Now, in between these two kind of people who are only doing clickbaity stuff, only doing things to get likes and follows and forwards, but also at a time when there is ChatGPT giving you information on health, how do you fact check that? How do you fact check like a Grok or ChatGPT? Because a lot of people are going there to say, hey, I have a sore throat, what do I do? I'm not saying I did that.
Sonal, very honestly, that's what's been keeping us, giving us sleepless nights these days. Because if people are picking up something like ChatGPT as a substitute of Google search, then we are set for doomsday. Because one thing that we need to understand is all these, say ChatGPT or Grok, are built on, they are not humans, or they haven't learned medicine. They only have learned a database that's been fed to them, and they are answering you based on that database. And many a times we know the sources of those databases are not correct, and we have had instances when a ChatGPT or a Grok will give you out something which is not medically correct. So while we really need to celebrate this technology of Gen AI, it's once in a lifetime technology that has come through. It is immensely powerful. It even makes the editorial work very, very easy. But it is not a substitute of a online search, or it is not a substitute of your doctor. And that needs to be tackled, I believe, through a lot of awareness campaigns. I mean, we had media literacy campaigns across India, creating awareness against WhatsApp forwards. We now need to start doing the same before our younger generation pick up the chat GPTs of the world as a answer to all. I mean, that is, and personally, I believe based on this technology, there will be better chatbots that will be emerging, specialized chatbots. So people will move towards them. As of now, we are only looking at a tip of the iceberg and celebrating the technology or having a knee-jerk reaction. So I think a lot will unravel in the coming days.
So you're saying currently ChatGPT, the information that they're giving you is just picking up from different sources on Google, so it's no different. But there in the future could be a chatbot which is specifically known for its knowledge of medicine, and that could be helpful, which is so very fascinating. So Sudipta, thank you so much for joining us, and happy Health Day to you. Happy fact-checking all the health things to you do.